dancey as fuck, man. What? Later, into later, into. Yes. Hey. God damn, that drop, I did not expect that. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We need to take that back. Saying no everyone's well, everyone's good. It's your favorite music connoisseur Henry here, and I'm back again with another video. Guys, the moment has arrived. Finally, after nearly a year. Listen, if you clicked on this video, then you know why you are here. You know why I'm here as well. I am here to finally, yes, finally react to Charli XCX's sick studio album, Brat. I need to give you some context. You're probably thinking, Henry, well, have you been in a have you been in a coma for the last 9 months? I mean, why are you only reacting to this album now? This album came out in June of last year. Like what's the hold up? What's the deal? Why are you just reacting to this album now? Well, obviously I'm going to let you know why. I mean, it was a very blessed year for me. But it was also a very busy year for me, and I remember when this album came out, you know, I just gotten married, and I went on my obviously honeymoon, part one of my honeymoon should I say, and when I got back I had to then prepare to kind of move into a new place with my wife. So during that time period, man, like life was just lifing, but obviously life was lifing in a good way. So there was a few albums last year, a few mainstream albums last year that I didn't get a chance to listen to. Obviously, Brat is one of them. Sabrina Carpenter's Short and Sweet album was another one as well, and also Billie Eilish's album. So there were a few mainstream albums that I just didn't get a chance to listen to. So I'm kind of, you know, making up for lost time, shall I say. Yeah, now I'm obviously getting the chance to react to a few albums, a few big albums that I didn't react to last year, and now it's the turn of Charli XCX's Brat album. And this is Charli XCX's sixth studio album, like I said, following on from her 2022 album Crash. Listen, what can I say about this album that hasn't already been said? This was one of the biggest albums by any artist of last year. And I keep on hearing so many good things about this project. A lot of people have been telling me that this is one of the best albums that got released last year. Kevin, who's also a part of Still Colour, man, and obviously that's somebody who not only is a friend, not only is a brother, but I respect his musical knowledge. He told me that this is one of the best albums of last year. He told me that it was also one of his favorite albums of last year as well. So listen, anytime Kevin says that, I have to take notice. It's important for me because I love to add context into the album reviews that I do, man. It's important for me to give you some of the things that this album has achieved. So first and foremost, it was officially the highest rated album of last year, achieving a 95 score out of 100 on Metacritic. It was the 16th highest rated album of all time on the website. It debuted at number 2 on the UK album charts. I'm surprised it didn't get to number 1, but having done some research, Taylor Swift's album actually stopped it from getting to number 1. Can you believe it? I mean, listen, if you're gonna lose out to anybody, you know, it's all right to lose out to Taylor Swift. I mean, she's a monster. It was also Charli XCX's biggest opening sales week in the US. It debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 charts with 77,000 copies sold in the first week. Another phenomenal achievement. And this album, to top it off, you know, the 2025 Grammys has just taken place, and Brat has taken home 2 Grammy Awards. Yes, 2 Grammy Awards for Best Electronic and Dance Album, and also Best Recording Package. And if I'm not mistaken, this is Charli XCX's first Grammy Awards that she has received in her career, which is so big for her. You know, Grammys are not the be all and end all. I mean, if you don't win a Grammy, that doesn't mean that you're not a great artist, but a Grammy does validate your artistry in some sort of way. I mean, for a music artist, that's the pinnacle. You understand? That is the pinnacle. That is the mountaintop. For you to win a Grammy, you know, it can't get any better than that. So shout out to Charli XCX and her team. And yeah, man, she can now call herself a Grammy winning artist, which is crazy, man. It's crazy, but it just goes to show you how far Charli XCX has come. She's nominated for Album of the Year at the Brit Awards. So we'll see if she wins it. But even if she doesn't win it, man, she's had a phenomenal year. Honestly, she's had a phenomenal year. You couldn't really go anywhere without seeing this album or this album cover. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime you go on social media, this album was playing or this album cover was being displayed. It went insanely viral. I mean, I'm not really a regular on TikTok, but anytime I went on TikTok last year, man, I saw this album, specifically the album cover. The cover art and the aesthetic of the album obviously has a green backdrop with Brat written in bold black letters. I mean, yeah, I saw that literally everywhere. And yeah, it became a trend on social media. It went viral and there was this whole thing about Brat Summer, you know, because obviously this was released in the middle of summer. Funny enough, this was released 5 days before my birthday. Do you know what I'm saying? It was released right bang in the middle of summer. And yeah, man, the whole summer, you couldn't really escape, you know what I'm saying, like the term Brat Summer. And obviously that's what really helped this album achieve the success that it did. It definitely pushed it into the mainstream because of the virality of this album. Even though it's not a Brat Summer right now because I'm currently in the UK and it's cold as fuck, you know what I'm saying? We got rename it a Brat Winter. Do you know what I'm saying? This is a Brat Winter. I just want to get straight into this album. But before I do, guys, I'm gonna need everybody to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, man. Thank you for your continued support. We are so close to 10K subscribers. Matter of fact, once this video is out on our channel, we might have already hit the 10K subscribers. So if that's the case, listen, try get us to 11K, do you know what I mean? But like I said, thank you for your support. Don't forget to like, comment on this video, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. Keep it locked into Still Color. We've got so much more content on the way. But without further ado, let's get into this. This is Brat by Charli XCX. Yeah, let's go. I'm excited for this one. Let's go. See that this album is 15 tracks long with a runtime of about 42 minutes, and the first track off of the album is called 360. Let's see how this one sounds. Let's go. This is bouncy as fuck, man. What? Sleeping later, later. I'm liking what I'm hearing so far. I'm only about, what, 30 seconds in? But already I'm bouncing my head, man. Wow. I like it, I like it. Do you know what it is? This definitely reminds me of the aggressive club sound that, you know, was very popular in the late 90s / early 2000s in the UK. You know, it's no secret that obviously Charli XCX is a big club pop fan. She also dabbles in electric pop as well, and also hyper pop. Like, it's essentially pop, but, you know, mixed in with different sounds and mixed in with different influences. I can definitely hear that influence. You know what I'm saying? She's taking it back to the late 90s / early 2000s club sound in the UK, which was popping at, you know, at the time. I remember the electronic scene, even though I never used to go to any of those raves, but I had friends that did, and they used to tell me those raves were popping, man. I just love the confidence that I'm hearing from Charli XCX right now. She is exuding so much confidence, exuding like a lot of bad bitch energy right now. You know, excuse my French. Like, you know, she knows she's that bitch, and she's, you know, I'm trying to say, owning that right now, man. I love the swagger, and I love the vim that she's coming with on this record, man. For real. Like, that was 360, man, and listen, I was constantly nodding my head to that track, man. Literally, you know, tapping my feet, you know, as I sort of listen to the lyrics and listen to like the melody and the actual track itself, man. That was wow, man. That immediately drew me in. I've gone on record so many times in my album reactions by saying that the first track off of an album is so important, man. Like the saying goes, I mean, first impressions always count. When it's your opening track off of an album, man, you need to hit people in the mouth, man. You need to immediately draw the listener in, because I don't know about you, maybe you're different, but like, if I'm not immediately drawn into your album, you know, I start to lose a bit of interest. So yeah, I'm always about first impressions count. So right now, man, for this first track, she's definitely made an impression on me, and a good impression, for real. But yeah, guys, so moving on to track number 2, and it's called Club Classics. Uh-huh. Can't lie to you, this reminds me of old school dubstep and garage, man. Drum and bass. Yeah, this is what this track is reminding me of, man. Like taking it back to the good old days. You know, taking it back to the days when I used to rave, man. Like, yeah, man, this sounds so clean, man. Oh my gosh. Listen. Yes. Hey. Hey. That bass is dirty, boy. That bass line was absolutely disgusting. Oh my gosh, that is pure nostalgia for me, man. That takes me back to my raving days. What an absolute banger. Wow. Yo, Charli XCX did not come to play on this album. Only 2 tracks in, and I'm already kind of blown away with what I've heard so far, man. I am fully locked in, guys. I am fully locked in. That was Club Classics, and even the title gives it away. Club Classics. These are the classic tracks that you used to hear back in the day. I know the sort of raving scene is not how it used to be. It's practically dead right now in the UK. A lot of the dance clubs, a lot of the raves, you know, that we used to go to back in the day, a lot of them have shut down now for whatever reason. So yeah, man, it was just good to kind of reminisce and take it back to those days, man. And definitely the title of this track is fitting. Club Classics, man. These are classic tracks that you used to hear on repeat anytime you go to a club or anytime you go to a rave. Yeah, man, this was fire. This was fire. So track number 3 is called Sympathy is a Knife. God damn, that drop, I did not expect that. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We need to take that back. Oh my days. That came in so unexpectedly. Caught me off guard, man. Damn. Damn. So guys, that was Sympathy is a Knife, and oh my days. Wow, I'm still trying to recover from that. First of all, the way that that drop came in was just like, it was just crazy. I did not expect that whatsoever. And what I'm liking so far is the fact that, like, yeah, all of the beats that I'm hearing, like the production is just very in your face, very aggressive. Doesn't even give you time to breathe, man. It's here, it's like the production is here to make a statement. In terms of Charli's songwriting and her lyricism, like, she's just not playing around, man. Yeah, next track is track number 4, and it's called I Might Say Something Stupid.
I might say something stupid. Talk to myself in the mirror. Wear these clothes as disguise. Just to re-enter the party, door is open, letting best inside. I don't feel like nothing special. I snake my tights out on the lawn chair. To live just for the party, door is open. I'm famous but not quite, but I'm perfect for the background. 1 foot in a normal life. I go so cold, I go so cold. I get nervous, sips of wine. I go so cold, I go so cold. 'Cause I don't know if I belong here anymore.
Oh, that was completely a mood switch compared to the first 3 tracks. The track was a lot more slower, a lot more mundane, and just a lot more reflective, man. Seems like Charli was having a bit of self-doubt slash imposter syndrome on this track, and that is very relatable because, I mean, to some extent we all, you know, have self-doubt. We all have moments where, you know, we may not think we are as good as we actually think we are. We all have that moment where we suffer from lack of confidence. So yeah, man, this one was just very fitting to what the theme of this track actually was. I may be looking at this completely wrong, but that's the sort of like first initial thought that came into my head, and it was a beautiful track, man. But yeah, no, she sung that really well, and I kind of love the vulnerability of Charli on this record, man. Like I said, it was a completely different tone switch compared to the first 3 tracks, but I'm all here for it, man. I'm all here for it. Oh, the next track on this album is called Talk Talk. It's track number 5.
We've been talking for months, but never in the same room. Now I wanna approach ya, but baby, keep this a secret. I wish you don't, wish you don't, wish you don't, wish you don't.
Ooh.
I wish you don't, wish you don't, wish you don't, wish you don't talk to me. I think you're getting closer.
Hey. That was track number 5. That was Talk Talk, man. That was a great pop record, man. Honestly, that was such a great pop record. Seems like Charlie is pursuing this particular love interest. You know what I'm saying? She just wants him to talk to her. You know, just talk to Charlie, man. Come on, talk to her, man. You know, that's Charli XCX for God's sake. You know, I can imagine that this probably is one of a lot of people's favorites. I remember somebody telling me about this track as well, telling me that it was one of their favorites on the album, and I can definitely see why, man. So, track number 6 is called Von Dutch, and apparently she released this as one of the singles. I'm not too sure if I actually heard, if I've heard this record before. I might have done, but probably didn't know that it was Charli XCX. But yeah, she released this as one of the singles. I've been made aware, so let's see how this one sounds, man. Guys, whoever produced this, man, it's doing a phenomenal job, man. The different range of instruments that are being used, man, and the versatility in the drum patterns that I'm hearing as well. Like, yeah, this production is actually amazing. I'm seeing that the producer is called A.G. Cook. I'm pretty sure that's somebody that she's worked with for the majority of her career. Yeah, A.G. Cook. If this is who I'm referring to, man, shout out to him. He deserves a gold medal, because everything that I've heard so far, production-wise, obviously Charli XCX is doing her thing as well. She's great, but the production is really shining through, man. Ooh. My God. Oh. You're number one, number one. That was Von Dutch, and oh my days, I think, you know, right now, I think that's probably my favorite record, man. Oh my days, you can't help but but dance to that record or move your feet to that record, man. And yeah, listen, again, I just want to give a shout out to the production, but also I don't want that to take away from what I'm hearing from Charli, man. Like, Charli's in her bag right now. She is in her bag right now. She is owning this album. This is a completely different Charli to what I've heard previously. I mean, I think I took a listen to a couple of her, like, her first albums, and they were okay, but they were nowhere near what I'm hearing now. Like, she's completely evolved, and I love to see her, man. She's in a whole different league. She's absolutely killing this album right now, man, for real. I can see why this was picked as a single, man. And for me, so far, this is probably my favorite track. Along with 360. I think 360 and Von Dutch right now are my two favorites, man. So track number 7 is called Everything Is Romantic.
Jesus Christ on a plastic sign. Fall in love again and again, riding roads through Manual Drive. Tattoos on the tan skin. Jesus Christ on a plastic sign.
The production I'm hearing right now is so beautiful. It reminds me of the opera. Yeah, those violins in the background, man, they sound so angelic. I'm a sucker for live instruments, you know, and I'm a sucker for, you know, hearing opera style instrumentals. So right now, listen, I am I'm loving this. I can't lie, Charlie, she fooled me. I thought the whole song was gonna be like that, like how it was in the beginning, but she completely switched it up. I should have known better, you know.
Jesus Christ, fantastic sign, falling out again and again. One, two, three, four, no breath. Letting out so much she's a less down. Falling out again and again. Letting out so much she's a less down. Heart in the distance, in a place that can make you change. Falling out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Fall in love again and again. Oh my gosh. That was Everything Is Romantic, and listen, the arrangements of this album is just it's just breathtaking, man. This is so well produced. I know that I've mentioned it 1,000 times, but ladies and gentlemen, man, this is the definition of a beautifully produced album. Charlie's doing what she's been doing throughout the majority of this album. Not even the majority, for the whole of this album, man. We're only on track 7, but you know, the leap that Charlie has taken over the last 4 or 5 years, the leap from her first and second album to now, is just extraordinary, man. You know what's crazy as well? It just also seems like that some of this shouldn't fit together. Like some of the instrumentations that are being used overlapping one another, some of the drum patterns, like the bass line, a lot of it sounds like it shouldn't really go together. It just sounds like it's just mess. But when you think about it, it doesn't. It sounds like organized chaos, if that makes sense. It reminds me of, you know, how I felt when I listened to Boy in the Corner from Dizzy Rascal for the very first time. You know, I remember hearing the album and I was just like, wait, this is crazy. I mean, like a lot of this sounds out of sync, out of rhythm. Like, what the hell is this? But the more and more I listened to that album, and the more and more my sonic ears became mature, I realized how beautiful that album was. Certain things shouldn't go with certain things, but they actually do, and it just makes it, you know, into an album that is just very unique, and very just, you know, ahead of its time. And I feel like Brat is one of those albums that 10, 20 years later will be we'll be comparing it to something like Boy in the Corner, man. So track number 8 is called Rewind.
Everyone else does it constantly. I hate these doubts that keep running through my mind. Sometimes I really think it would be cool to rewind. Used to polish on my toes. Recently I've been thinking about always simpler time. Sometimes I really think it would be cool to rewind. I used to never think about billboard, but now I started thinking again, wondering about whether I think I deserve it.
Yo. Add that to the list of my favorite songs, man. That was an absolute banger as well. Pretty interesting. I feel like that could have done with a feature, a Pink Panthers feature as well. To be specific, I think that Pink Panthers would have actually killed this record, man. Killed it. So maybe that's a suggestion, Charlie. Maybe if you see this, you know what I mean, Pink Panthers, if you ever do like a remix, you know what I'm saying, Pink Panthers is your woman. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she would kill this track. As well, it's the fact that this album has so much range to it, so much depth to it. Like, no two songs sound the same. It's always some sort of switch up, you know, like the instrumentation doesn't sound the same throughout, man. It keeps it very interesting. It keeps you on your toes, man, because, you know, you might be nodding your head to one track and then all of a sudden there's a beat switch up, you know what I'm saying? And it just completely changes the vibe, man. But it seems like Charli XCX is obviously going down memory lane, you know, she's having thoughts about some of the times that she used to have before she got famous. And, you know, sometimes, like she says, she just wants to rewind in time and relive certain moments and memories in her life. And listen, sometimes we all have that, you know. There are times where I, you know, want to go back and rewind and live, you know, certain moments one more time, you know, because sometimes you don't realize that, yeah, that moment that you enjoyed, you may not even get that back again. Whether she wants to go back in time when she wasn't famous, because obviously, you know, when you become famous, your life gets exposed. You know, you don't really get the freedom that you would get if you're not famous, if that makes sense. And a lot of celebrities struggle with that. A lot of artists struggle with that. You know, I've worked with artists in the past, you know, because I used to work in the music industry, and you know, I've heard a lot of them say to me, like, listen, Henry, like, I can't even lie, this fame stuff is not for me. I wish I can rewind and go back in time to, you know, relive moments when I wasn't famous, you know, moments where I can literally just go out and not have anyone bother me, you know, because there's a lot of pressures that come with fame as well. So the next track is track number 9, and it's called So I.
Like a lightning strike. When I'm still sometimes I lie. Say that I was singing these songs you left behind. And I cry. Wish I tried to pull you closer. You pushed me hard, made me focus. Yours brutal loving, truthful. I was petrified. Every day, every night, your star burns so bright. Wanna love you, I was scared sometimes. You had a power like a lightning strike. But you done some kind. Your sounds, your words, live on endless. When I make songs, I remember.
Well, that track was very deep, very deep. Another instance of Charli XCX showing her vulnerable side. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think she's literally reminiscing about somebody close to her that may have passed away. Because I think she talked about, or she spoke about getting a phone call at Christmas that literally she wasn't expecting. So I'm assuming that she got told that somebody close to her had passed away. And yeah, she talks about how it's okay to cry, it's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to be sad. You don't always have to be the tough guy, quote unquote. And that was very deep. I felt that in my soul, man. I felt that in my spirit. That was a deep track. That was a deep track, and yeah. I'm loving the fact that Charli can be vulnerable. Like, I love seeing this side of artists, man. You know, because artists are human too. You know, we are all human. They've got an extraordinary talent that God has blessed them with. But ultimately, they're only human, just like us. So yeah, they have feelings too. You know, they get upset, they get angry, and yeah, it's nice to hear, you know, this side of Charli, man. You don't always have to be on your high horse, you know, because life is full of ups and downs, you know. And also Charli being like this can help someone else that's probably dealing with something similar. You know, so yeah, man, I rate that. So track number 10 is Girl So Confusing.
How do you feel being a girl? How do you feel being a girl? And I don't know, I'm just a girl.
number 11 is called Apple, and I think this is also one of the singles that she released along with Von Dutch, and I think there was another one. It may have been 360, the first track off the album. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know definitely she released Apple as a single, and I don't think I've heard this track. So yeah, let's get into it. I like this. That was Apple, and I like that. I actually like that. Listen, this is just feel good music, man. I can fully understand why this was so popular when it was released during, you know, the start of summer. Like, this is a summer feel good music. Even, you know, right now as I speak, it's winter, right? It's winter, and obviously the weather's shit, you know. It's cold outside, but just hearing this album is bringing up that summery sort of feeling within me, you know. It's bringing that, you know, it's bringing that feel good energy within me, man. And yeah, like, I can fully understand and see why this album was the album of the summer. It's just laced with good vibes, good energy, fun energy as well. Like, you know, 100%, man. This is definitely a summer record. Add that into the list of my favorite tracks. I think we've got about 4 or 5 tracks that are in my favorite pile as we speak. So track number 12 is called Back to. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Love that. Woo. Hey, hey. So that was track number 12, Back to Back. And listen, good on you, Charli. Know your worth. Don't ever go back. You know, what did they always say? Don't ever go back. You know, don't go back. Always go forward. And it looks like Charli is putting her foot down, and whoever this mystery person is, she's saying, nope, listen, you had me once, you're not gonna have me again. You're better off going back to that other chick, or, you know, whoever you was dealing with. But you know what? One thing I also must say is that this album, I can imagine, is doing extremely well in the European markets. The likes of Germany, obviously France have a big European dance scene as well. So yeah, I can imagine that this album has gone down well in that part of the world. So track number 13 is called Mean Girls.
White dress wearing last night's makeup, all coquettish in the pictures with the flash on. Worships Lana Del Rey in her AirPods. Yeah, she's in and out, but you don't. This one's for all my mean girls. This one's for all my bad girls. This one's for all my Rick and Morty's all girls. Dancing and all girls. This one's for all my mean girls. This one's Still in vogue, yeah, she's in her mid-20s, real intelligent. Maybe you hate the fact she's New York City's Berlin. You say
Ooh, okay. All right. Ooh, I love this. Ooh, this is next level, man. Wow. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Listen, you can clearly see that I'm not a mean girl. I'm clearly a boy. You know, I'm clearly a man. But even I was feeling this one, man. You understand? When Charlie was saying this is for my mean girls, I was like, yeah, man, this is all for my mean girls. Forgetting that, you know what I mean? I'm actually a dude, but yeah, man. And that's the thing about Charlie's music, man. It could be directly targeted for a specific audience. Like, for example, this is specifically targeted for mean girls. Like, it's universal at the same time, man. I'm sure a lot of dudes, a lot of guys will be rocking to this one. And even if you're not a mean girl, even if you're a shy girl, even if you're a good girl, you can be rocking to it. And that's the power of Charlie's music. You know, it can be, you know, universally enjoyed by all races, all sexes. I'm trying to say Charlie's music does not discriminate. And that's one thing that makes her stand out for real. So track number 14 is called I Think About It All the Time.
think about it all the time, but I might run out of time. But I'll finally met my baby, and the baby might be mine. 'Cause maybe one day I might, if I don't run out of time. For the first time,
Oh, I love this.
playing demos on my iPhone. I went to my friend's place and I met their baby for the first. Same old clothes she wore before holding a child. Yeah, I did all the time, but I might run out of time. But I finally met my baby, and the baby might be mine. 'Cause maybe
Love this.
one day I might, if I don't run out of time. When I'm needing this for my freedom, think about it all the time.
I love this, yeah.
And there
The layering on this track and the way it was composed and the way it was arranged, oh my days, I think, you know, for me, that's top two. That is top two. That was a beautiful record, man. And Charlie, oh, Charlie, oh my days. Oh, that part is stuck in my head, man. What a beautiful track, man. So the final track is track number 15 and it's called 365. I wonder if this is a continuation from the title track 360. I wonder if, you know, there's any relation, because obviously the first track is 360 and the last track is 365. So yeah, is there going to be some connection there, or is it a completely different track? Let's wait and find out. This is the last track, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
okay. Here we go. Have the house down.
Hey.
This party girl. Should we do a little kid? Should we have a little vibe? Wanna go a little wild? Maybe a through with you. 365 party girl.
Yeah.
Fresh on the kill. With the residue, push back when it drops. Down 999. It's a good time. Who the fuck are you? I'm a brat, but I'm loving that. No
was the last track, and woo, what a way to end it. Oh my days, that was 365. Guys, man, that was absolutely amazing. Charli, her flow on that record was so dope, man. She should consider trying to rap, you know? I'm sure she can give a lot of these rap guys a run for their money, man, because the flow that she was on during this record, yeah. Like I said, I love the swagger, I love the confidence, I love the arrogance. You know what I'm saying? Like, Charli knows she's that bitch, man. She knows she's that bitch. And like I said, what a way to finish off the album. Listen, that was Charli XCX Brat, and I thoroughly enjoyed the album. Let me just say this off the rip. This is a coming of age album for Charli. Honestly, I don't want to say that this is her breakthrough album, because I don't want to disrespect some of the albums that she's released in the past. But for me, this is definitely her breakout album, and this is the album that is, you know, going to cement her as one of the best artists around. She definitely gave her all on this album. She's shown in every aspect on this album, and I can see why this was one of the highest rated albums of last year, man. The album's production, I mentioned it a few times during my reaction, but it's this next level. It's one of the best produced albums that I've heard in a long time, in a very long time. Shout out to, you know, everybody that was involved. Shout out to her producer A Cook. She came with the type of energy on this album that kind of says that she has arrived. Charli XCX has definitely arrived on the scene, and she's here to make some serious noise. And this was a really brilliant listen. May Brat Summer, may it continue. You know what I'm trying to say? Long may it continue, man. I've definitely been, you know, converted now into this whole Brat Summer hype. It's technically a Brat winter, because, you know, we're in winter time right now. I can definitely say that, yeah, I'm going to be taking notice of Charli now. Excited to see what she comes out with in the future. She's only going to go from strength to strength, in my opinion. And yeah, man, shout out to Charli. But guys, obviously, you let me know what you thought about this album reaction below. Obviously, this is my first time listening to the album, so I may have missed a few things. I'm going to go back and listen to it again. And yeah, man, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll be back again real soon with another one. But until then, stay blessed, my people. I'm out.